Hello and welcome to Chem-O-Notes. I am Dr. Maheshwari, and in today's session we are going to solve and discuss MH Set 2020 Part 2. We are going through each and every questions and understand the correct answers, discuss the reasoning behind them, and cover some key tips and the concepts that will help you for the upcoming exam. So stay with me till the end, and if you find the concepts helpful, don't forget to like and share the videos with your friends, and do subscribe the channel for more exam focused concepts. So let us start. In today's part, we'll be solving questions from 11 till question number 30. And hey, if you haven't watched part 1, hold on. We already covered question number 1 to question number 10 in part 1. So you can find the link above or in the description below. You can find even the full playlist of paper 1. So go and watch the parts of different paper solved papers in the playlist. Now, those who already watched part 1, let's jump straight to part 2. So let's begin. Question number 11 and 12 are based on the following diagram. The following diagram of a company ABC showing the quantity of certain goods exported in lakhs and the revenue generated in crores of rupees for the year 2011 to 2015. So here in the graph, as you can see here, there is a on y-axis and x-axis. You can find x-axis has years and y-axis the revenue generated in crores or in lakhs. Okay, so quantity export and revenue generated. You can find I have shaded with blue the quantity export and revenue generated is in white. Okay, so this is the graph which is telling us about the quantity of the certain goods exported in lakhs and revenue generated in crores. So let's begin. Question number 11. In which of the year the revenue generated per unit export is maximum? So what they have asked us? They have asked us which year the revenue generated is more. Now if you see here, revenue generated is white in color, correct? And quantity export is in blue in color. So they are asking us revenue generated per unit export. So we'll require both the bar graphs. Okay, so let us start from 2012. In year 2012, let us solve. So in 2012, if you see, the revenue generated is 15, and as we know that revenue generated is in crore, so it is 15 crore. Let me write here. Divided by, okay, and there is 5 quantity exported. Okay, so quantity exported is 5. Now what we have to do is, we'll write here 5 lakhs. Now if I cut crores as 7, correct, 7 zeros, and lakhs as 5 zeros, so basically it will be 7 and 5, the zeros gets cut out, then 2 zeros will be left out. So here you will find that 15 into 100 means 1500 upon 5, and it comes out to be 300. Okay, units, 300 units. Then similarly we will try for 2013. In 2013, let us see how much is the revenue generated is 35 crores, and the quantity is 15. So simply crores and lakhs, I'll directly write down the zeros. So it comes out to be approximately 233. Okay, 233. Now next is 214. In 2014, the revenue generated was 4,000, and here the export quantity is 20. This is all in lakhs and crores. Okay, directly I have converted. So you are going to get how much? 200. 200. Similarly, for 2015, let us solve. For 2015, it is 50 into 2 zeros, that is 5,000 divided by 30. So here you will find the quantity comes out to be 166. Now if you see the values for 2012 is maximum, that is how much? 300. So your which year the revenue generated is maximum, it is in 212. Okay, so this way you have to calculate and find out the answer. So first answer is 2012. Now the next question, that is question number 12, is based on the same graph. What they asked us what is the average or arithmetic mean per unit revenue generated during 2011 to 2015. So if you see here, revenue generated, okay, revenue generated is 20, 15, 35, 40 and 50. Now there is a trick here. What they have asked us, the average revenue generated per unit. So for per unit means per quantity exported, we have to find the average. Okay, how we are going to solve this? Let us start. Now the first thing is average will be total revenue exported divided by total quantity generated. Directly you are not going to solve this. Okay, first you will find out the total revenue exported. So what is total revenue exported? Let us write down. It is 20 crore plus 15 crore plus 35 crore plus 40 crore and plus 50 crores. So total comes out to be 160 crores. Okay. Similarly, next what we will do, we will try to find out the total quantity generated. Now total quantity generated in lakhs will be, here you will find out how much it is. 10 plus 5 plus 15 plus 20 plus 30. So 10 plus 5 plus 15 plus 20, it comes out to be 30 lakhs per unit. Now average is nothing but total revenue exported divided by total quantity generated. So it will be 160 crore divided by 80 lakhs. So 160 crore divided by 80 lakhs. If you try to find out, let us see, crores you can convert it into lakhs. So it will be 100 lakhs. Okay. And as you know, lakhs is 5 zeros. So they will cut out. In the previous question we have already done this. So only 2 zeros will be left, that is 100. So it comes out to be how much? 1. Let me erase this. So it is very simple mathematics. The zeros will cancel. Okay. And what 8 ones are 8 twos are. And 2 into 100 will be 200. 200 per unit. As it is, the lakhs will get cancelled. Okay. What is left? It is 200 per, because the denominator is unit, so it will be per unit. And this is the answer which they have asked us, per unit. See the question, what they asked us, average per unit. So we have got the answer average per unit. So it is 200. So your correct answer is option B. Option B is the correct option, that is 200 per unit. Now next question is question number 13 is based on, question 13 and 14 is based on the following information, that is among 800 students 220 failed in Marathi, 300 students failed in English and 150 failed in Hindi. 125 failed in both Marathi and English, 70 failed in Marathi and Hindi and 60 failed in English and Hindi. And there are 30 students who failed in all the three languages. Okay. Now what is the question they have asked? Such questions we can easily solve using Venn diagram. Now what is the question asked? Question on number 13 says that how many students failed in exactly two languages. Okay. So let us start. What you are going to do, first of all we will write down the given data. Given data says that 30 failed in all three subjects. 30 failed in all three subjects. So we have written that. Now next is what? Next they have told us that 125 failed in both the subjects, correct? In Marathi and English. Now 125, even though they have failed in both the subject, but we want to find out only failed in Marathi and English. What we want to find? Only failed in these two subjects, that is in Marathi and English. Because 125 will have some students who will be failed in all the three subjects also. So what you are going to do? 125 minus 30. Okay, minus 30. So it comes out to be how much? 95. It comes out to be 95. Similarly, we can find for only failed in Marathi and Hindi. What you can do? Only failed in Marathi and Hindi. Okay, my pen is not working properly today. So it will be how much? 70 minus 30. That comes out to be 40. Okay, that comes out to be 40. Similarly, for what you can do? For the next, that is, let me first write down this 40. Next is what? For only failed in English and Hindi. English, only failed in English and Hindi. That will be 60 minus 30. So 60 minus 30 comes out to be how much? 30. Okay. Now if I put this all in Venn diagram, let us see how it will look like. So this is your Venn diagram which you can draw, because they have asked us for three subjects. So I have shown here three subjects, three circles, and why we are intersecting all the three circles, because they have given us that 30 failed in all three subjects. So each circle will represent one subject failed. Okay, and the intersection will represent whichever are the, for example, this part. Let me show with the highlighter. For example, this whole will indicate what? This whole will indicate up till here. Okay, it indicates that these are the students. These many students are failed in two subjects. Which are those two subjects? It is English and Marathi. Okay, for these two circles. Then for these two circles, it will be these two here. This part which I am highlighting now indicates what? Failed in Marathi and Hindi. And this one, let me show this part. Now if you see this part which is purple, this part which is intersecting all the three circles, correct? This much purple part is intersecting for all the three circles. So this is common. Now when this is common, this part is common, that indicates what? Failed in all three subjects. That is your 30 students. So this purple color will indicate what? The purple color will indicate that these are the students who are failed in all the three subjects. Okay, let me highlight with orange. Now the orange indicates the students failed in only two subjects. Only two subjects. That is Hindi and Marathi. Whereas green indicates what? Failed in only which two subjects? English and Marathi. Okay, English and Marathi. Now let us take one more color. So that indicates what? This, as I told you, purple will indicate, the middle triangle will indicate the failure of all three subjects. All three subjects. Okay, so it is 30. They have already given us. It is 30. Uh, So let us go to the next color, that is, yeah, let me take this one, light blue. Light blue color will indicate the students failed in which subject? English and Hindi. Okay, only in English and only in Hindi. That is two subject. So basically these colors which I have shown here now, they are representing our various subjects in which they have failed. Okay, so for example, green indicates the now only failed in English and Marathi. English and Marathi. Do we have? Yes, this one. So how many are there? 95. So this green color indicates how many? 95 students who have failed in both English and Marathi. Now then there is next Marathi and Hindi. So the students only failed in Marathi and Hindi are how much? 40. So the orange color indicates 40 students who have failed in two subjects, that is Marathi and Hindi. Similarly, the blue color will indicate what? English and Hindi, that is 30. So this will indicate 30 students who have failed in English and Hindi, whereas the purple color which is there in the center indicates what? 30 students. So 30 students who have failed in all three subjects. Okay, now let us see what else they have given us. They have given us 300 failed in English. What they have given us? 300 are failed in English, which I have written here. Then 220 are failed in Marathi and 150 are failed in Hindi. But we want to find out now only in Marathi. So only in Marathi can be found out how much? 220 minus, see how it can be done, because this indicates what? Only in Marathi. Failed only in Marathi. Okay, whereas this will indicate only in Hindi. Now only in Marathi will indicate, we can calculate it like this, that is 220 minus 95 minus 35, 30 and what? 40. Okay, so let me show with a lighter color so that we can just let me rub this. Okay, this is one thing. Then yellow, let me take the center one, yellow, so that we can write it with black color properly. Okay, then the third color which I had used was blue, light blue. Let us write down. Yes, here this indicates 30. This was indicating how much? 40. Now only in Marathi what you can do? You can simply write down this part, white part which is here. Let me highlight this part, will indicate only failed in Marathi, whereas this white part will indicate of the circle only failed in English. Similarly, this part will indicate what? Only failed in Hindi. How we can calculate it? It is very simple. By simply what you can do? 220 minus this whole part, that is minus 95 minus 30 minus 40. Okay, so basically what you have to do, you have to add them, 95 plus 30 plus 40, and subtract from 220. So it comes out to be how much? Let me just write down the numbers now. This comes out to be 220 minus 95 minus 60, it comes out to be, yes students, can you calculate and tell me? It comes out to be, the value comes out to be 145. Okay, it comes out to be 55. Yeah, 55. Similarly, for Hindi, it is 120, 150 plus minus 70 and 30 is 100. So here it will come 50. Here it comes 50. Okay. And last one is English, that is 145 will be your 145 failed only in English. Okay, now this is the data. Using this data you can easily find out whatever questions they've asked. They've asked us what 13th question is how many students failed in exactly 2 languages. So simply what you have to do, you have to add them up of only 2 languages. Okay, and if you add them up you will have the correct answer, and the correct answer will be how much? Only failed in 2 subjects, means 95 plus 40 plus 30. They are the uh, subjects which are failed only in 2 subjects. So let us calculate. It is 95 plus 40 and plus 30. So if you add them up, it comes out to be 165. 165. So option B is your correct option here. Option B is your correct option for the number of students exactly failed in 2 subjects. So simply what you had to do, you had to just add the number of students who have failed in 2 subjects. So number of students failed in 2 subjects, which we have highlighted with green, orange and blue color. Correct? Green, orange and blue color. So you have to just add these numbers together to find out the number of students exactly failed in 2 subjects. Similarly, if you see the next question, now the next question is how many students failed in one language only. So already we have solved this Venn diagram. Now what you have to do, you have to find out how many students have failed in only one subject. Now only in one subject, as I told you, we had highlighted the 2 subjects. Now here what we will do, we will try to highlight the one subject. Okay. So what is the one subject highlighting? English, how many students have failed? This is the area where only one subject failed students you can find, that is 145. 145 for only English. Okay, the highlighting is this many have failed only in English. Similarly, if I show for Hindi, Hindi is 50 students have failed only in Hindi. 50 students have failed only in Hindi. Okay, the next is only failed in Marathi. So only failed in Marathi is 55. So what you have to do, you have to simply add them together. So these are the 55 students who have failed only in Marathi. So add all these three together, that is 55 plus 50 plus 145, and you can get the correct answer. So correct answer will be, adding these three together, what is the correct answer you get? You get 250. Correct? You get 250. So these are the students who have failed only in one subject, which we have highlighted just now. And the answer comes out to be, let me write down, the answer comes out to be, that is 55 plus 145 plus 50, that is 250. It comes out to be 250. Okay, so correct option is C. Correct option is C. Now let us go to the next question. Question number 15 says there is information given to us about the states. There are 4 states A, B, C, D. Area is given and the population is given, and they have asked you which is the most thickly populated state. So one by one let us see. So area and population. So what we have to do, first find the population density of the state A. So population density of state A, how we can calculate? It is very simple. What you have to do, let me just, so population state of state A will be, how much is state A? They have said population is 16 lakhs. So let us write 16 lakhs. 1, 6 and lakhs means how many zeros here, students? 5 zeros. So let us write 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this becomes 16 lakhs. 16 lakhs, and how much is the area? Area in square kilometers is 80,000. So 80,000 has 3 zeros. Okay. So you can just cut the zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and your answer comes out to be how much? It comes out to be 2, that is 20 square meter, kilometer, square kilometer. Okay, 20 square kilometer. This is population for state A. Similarly, we can find the population for state B. Now population for state B is how much? Simply 10 lakhs. So lakhs means 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10 lakhs divided by 50,000 area, 50,000. Now just cut the zeros. When you cut the zeros, 4 zeros, so it comes out to be again 20. It comes out to be 20. So next for state B also it is 20 kilometers square kilometer, 20 square kilometer. Now next is population density for state C. Population density for state C is how much? They have given us 4 lakhs. So it comes out to be 4 lakhs, 3 zeros, 4 and 5 zeros, divided by how much? 10,000. The area is 10,000. So let us cut the zeros. Now if you cut the zeros, you will find that it comes out to be how much? 40. It comes out to be 40. Okay. So the correct option here is, how much you are going to get? 40 kilometer square kilometer. Okay, 40 square kilometer. Now the last one is, let us find for D state D. How much is the population? Population is 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs. So how many zeros? 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And divided by 5,000. 5,000. So let us cut the zeros. Now when you take out the zeros, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. How much is left? 300. So divided by 5 means it comes out to be 60. Correct, student? It will be coming out to be 60 kilometer square kilometer. So which is the highest? See, looking at the figures, you will not you can see that D state is having least in the table, but the population density of D state is the highest. That is thickly populated state is D, which is 60 per kilometer square kilometer. Okay, 60 per square kilometer. This is the density of the population. So answer option D is the correct option. Now next 16th question is, which of the following is the correct full form for TRAI? Now TRAI, if you see the full form, it is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, that is TRAI, was established in 1997 on 20th Feb by the Act of Parliament called the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India Act 1997 to regulate the telecom services, and including fixations and revisions for the tariffs. Okay, so this is TRAI is nothing but Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. So option B is the correct option. Let us write option B is the correct option. Okay. Now next is, in which year the Information Technology Act was enacted in India. So The Information Technology Act was introduced in 2000, and in 17th October, which was passed by Indian Parliament, okay, to provide the legal framework of electronic transactions, digital communications and cyber crimes in India. So option C is the correct option, 2000. So this is easy to remember also, that Information Technology Act was introduced in 2000. Next one is, who played an important role in developing the supercomputer in India first supercomputer? So this is Vijay Bhatkar developed the first Indian supercomputer, the Param 8000 in 1991, and later the Param 10,000 in 1998. So these numbers also you should remember. It is Param, P-A-R-A-M. Okay. So supercomputer was first introduced in India by Vijay Bhatkar. Option D is the correct option. Now next one is, Government of Maharashtra has made compulsory for schools to enter information to all students on the web portal known as Saral. What is the correct option? Saral. B is the correct option. Okay, now what is Saral? Saral is nothing but, the full form of Saral is Systematic Administrative Reform for Achieving and Learning by Students, and it has been developed by Central Government National Informatics Center. Okay, so what does Saral has? Saral has all the information about the students which they can enter. Now next is, which among the following is the part of digital initiatives for higher education in India? So which is the initiative taken by higher education in India? That is National Academic Depository. So nowadays NEP also you can find that ABCDID has been created. Then we are having the National Academic Depositories. Okay, which option B is the correct option. So which is NAD, it is known as, it is the initiatives of government to facilitate the digital insurance, storage, access and verification of academic awards for the about the students. Okay, at one place you can find everything about the students. Okay, even if he leaves one institute and goes to other institute, then this national academic depositories will help the students as well as the institute to find out the data of the student who is learning. Now next question is, one of the following waste is not under hazardous one. So they have given, read the question very carefully, because what they have said, which is not hazardous. So if you find the options, there is paint, chemical, electroplating waste, and the correct option is A, that is agricultural residue. As we know that agricultural residue will be organic one, so it will not be hazardous. Okay, whereas the remaining are hazardous waste. So option A is the correct option for question number 21. Now question number 22 is, UN Conference on Environment Development and Development in 1992 was held in dash, held at dash. So the environment UN conference, the event was very famous and was known as Earth Summit or Rio Summit, which, as it was held in Rio, okay, Brazil in 1992. So this was basically the convention for climate change and biodiversity. So the correct option is A. Correct option is A. Next is, biomedical waste of human and animal tissue, organs and infected body parts are to be disposed using dash. So the infected parts of the human and animals, okay, they should be basically what we have to do, we have to dispose them using what, at high temperature you have to burn it and destroy it, because these are infectious material. So this is done by incineration. Incineration is option D, is your correct option. Incineration means what? Burning at high temperature. Okay, destroying the things, organic matter at high temperature. So option D is the correct option. Option D is your correct option. Next is 24th. Landslides hazards are common in hilly region due to what? Due to loss of vegetation, cutting of hilly slopes, loss of soil, all of the above. So according to me, it is all of the above. As loss of vegetation will, what it will do? Roots helps to hold the soil. Deforestation increases instability. Okay. Loss of soil, what it will do? Soil erosion reduces the binding capacity of the soil. Then next is cutting of the hilly slopes. So unscientific constructions and road buildings can destabilize the slopes. That means all of the above is the correct option. Correct option is all of the above. Next question is, the International Solar Alliance was established to promote the solar energy. Its headquarter is established at dash. Okay, so where is the headquarter which is for solar energy or International Solar Alliance? It was established in Haryana, India, or it is also called as Gurgaon. Okay, formerly it was known as Gurgaon. So option A is the correct option. Option A is the correct option, Gurgaon. Next is, to receive the degree, Vasu learner was expected to learn minimum dash years in Gurukul. So to receive the degree Vasu, okay, the learner has to learn for minimum 12 years, maximum 24 years, but the minimum they have asked here. So minimum is how much? 12 years. 12 years in Gurukul they have to study to get the degree. Okay, and the degree, the student is known as Vasu in the early stage. Next is 27th question. The University Education Commission 1948 recommended that there should be minimum dash working days excluding examination days in university, okay, and colleges. So Radhakrishnan Commission, which is formally known as University Education Commission, recommended that 180 days should be minimum working days for the teachers and students, excluding what? Examination days. Okay, so answer is 180. Option A is the correct option. Next is, the main role of UGC in higher education is dash. So as we know that main role of UGC is to provide funds. Okay, it is financial support. It has to be it provides to the universities and higher education. So option D is the correct option, that is provide funds to the universities. Next is National Environmental Energy Research Institute, that is NERI, is established at dash. So student, you should know these things. So NERI is established in Nagpur. Okay, so you'll find that NERI is the premier research institute in India under control of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR. Its headquarters is in Nagpur. Okay, NERI is nothing but National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, which is in Nagpur. So option A is the correct option. Option A is the correct option. Next, 30th question, that is the last question of part 2 of December 2020 of today's video. So question number 30 says that Supreme Court was directed in judgment given in 1991 to make the subject dash compulsory in the college curricula. So which is the important subject which was made compulsory by the Supreme Court? Is it women's study, environmental study, information technology, or value education? So as we all know that environmental study is made compulsory. Okay, so in 1991 Supreme Court judgment, later reinforced in 2003 in MC Mehta versus Union of India case, the court directed that environmental education should be made compulsory a part of curriculum at all levels of education in India, including college. This was aimed at increase in increasing environmental awareness and responsibilities among the students. So the correct option is option B. Okay, option B. And you have to remember these also cases, like the case was MC Mehta versus Union of India. Okay, sometimes such type of questions may ask, they may ask. It was reinforced in what? 2003. Okay, so this is all for today's video, part 2. Stay tuned with us, that is ChemONotes, and for part 3 of December 2020. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with ChemONotes. Watch the playlist at the rate ChemONotes. Do find paper 1 MHSET exam papers March 2023, April 2024 and September 2021. I've solved all these papers in 3 parts. Do visit our playlist and please share the video with your friends who are appearing for MHSET exams. Do hit the bell icon so that you can get the notifications of the videos which I upload for the preparation of set exams. Do like and keep watching ChemONotes. Thank you for watching.